If you or someone close to you has ever worked in radio, you know that some pretty wild stuff happens behind the scenes. Welcome to Crazy Radio Stories.
All right, so this goes back to 2008. It's the presidential election. I'm working in Pittsburgh at B94, and we were spoofing all the election coverage on CNN. So us being a top 40 station, we had all hands on deck. I had two other guys in my studio, and we're just basically kind of being, in Pittsburgh, you'd say, jag-offs. We were trying to just, obviously not have any seriousness to this at all, but there was a lot at stake in Pittsburgh, in Pennsylvania, because it was a swing state.
Sure.
So even in the primaries, we had Hillary Clinton calling in. She called in on my show. Michelle Obama called our morning show. Barack Obama called the competition's morning show. There was a lot of election stuff going on in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
So leading up to that, we had some media buyer was setting up interviews for celebrity campaign endorsers or whatever you want to call it, celebrity people calling on Barack Obama's behalf.
Okay.
And one of them was Jason Mraz.
Mm-hmm.
So the day of the election, this was the day he was calling in. It was presidential election day. It wasn't primary election day. Presidential election day. Jason Mraz is calling in. I'm talking to one of my friends, TJ, who was our club show DJ at the time, but he always would come in on my show. And I was telling him, I said, I've read articles about Jason Mraz, and it seems like he's kind of a douche, but I will reserve judgment until I deal with him when he calls in later.
Fair enough.
And the article I was referencing was a Maxim magazine review of his album, Mr. A to Z, which totally destroyed Jason Mraz. I've never seen a review this bad that actually had the F word in the review in print. It was like John Mayer, too mature for you. Ryan Adams, out of your depth. If you want to take a high school girl to prom when you're a sophomore in college, this is the album to listen to. Something like that. Basically, it was like
God,
telling him to like F off, right?
Yeah.
So we're on the air. Jason Mraz calls in. And of course, I'm not airing this live. I'm recording every bit of it. Everything's going good. And then there's a time where, you know, us in radio, we need to embellish. We need to make things more entertaining. So I said, Jason, you're calling on Barack Obama's behalf. Let's say he wins and he asks you to perform at his inaugural ball. How amazing would that be? And there was like a second pause. And then he says, you know what? When Barack Obama says he's the candidate of change, I hope he means he's the candidate of change. I really hope to see marijuana legalized in all 50 states in 2008 under President Barack Obama. We're like, what? We're like everyone in the room. We're just like saying what the F with our eyes to each other.
Sure.
So I gloss over. I'm like, haha, great. No, seriously, though, what if you had to play the inaugural ball? And he goes, oh, I could see it now on the White House lawn. We would have different foods, multi-ethnicities. We'd have African food, American food, Hispanic food. The Roots would be there. Slip and slides, Michelle in a bikini. Like he literally said all this stuff.
Oh, my God.
So we're like, haha, great, Jason. Thanks for the call. Talk to you next time, right? Like we just wrapped it up. So then we edited out the crazy part of that call, and we played like a minute and a half of the stuff that we could use. Mm-hmm. So then I called back the person who booked the interview. And I said, hey, I just want to let you know, I don't know what's going on with Jason Mraz, but like you may want to check on your man because he's crazy right now. I don't know how high he is. He's got a reputation for being a stoner. I'm like, I don't know if he smoked something today, but he is out there and you might want to rein him in. So they're like laughing it off. Like, all right, thanks for letting us know. And about maybe an hour later, I get a call on the hotline and I pick it up. And I'm like, hello. And I just hear, is this Kobe? And I said, yes. They said, hello, my name is so-and-so with the Barack Obama campaign. I said, yes, don't air that interview. And I said, don't worry, I'm on your side. I only aired the good part. I could even send you what I aired if you want. They're like, no, that's fine. Appreciate that. Like we had like a little giggle. And then this next line is one of the highlights of my career. He says, is this a good number for Barack to call you back at?
Whoa.
And I said, literally everyone in the studio were like, yes, this is a good number for Barack. Like I've never had someone use President Obama's first name in a sentence with me. Like, can Barack call you back at this number? And we're like, yeah, we're here till 7. And he was like, all right, I don't know if he has the time, but if he has the time, this is the number he can call, right? And I said, yes, I'll pick up. And he goes, okay. And that last hour was the longest hour of my career. Staring at that hotline light, and it never went off.
Oh.
But I'll always have, is this a good number for Barack to call you back at?
This has been another crazy radio story. If you want to hear more, follow the podcast wherever you're listening right now. The best way for us to grow the show is for you to share it with somebody else who'll enjoy it. If you have your own crazy radio story to share, send us an email, crazyradiostories@gmail.com. That's crazyradiostories@gmail.com.